And hello to all friends, Potato is with you. And today I'm going to show you how to make the best Shulker Farm in Minecraft 1.17. But before you start watching, be sure to subscribe to me and click on the bell so as not to miss new videos. Let's analyze what resources will be needed here. Here, you will need a lot of building blocks, 4.5 stacks of obsidian, a lot of semi-blocks, about 100 buttons, 14 hatches, 5 levers, 27 golden rails, 4 ordinary rails, 1 activating rail, 14 snow, 7 carved pumpkins, 1 sticky piston, 5 glass panels, 6 chests, trillions, 1 thread, 3 chains, 3 funnels, 2 trolleys, 1 loading trolley, a bucket of lava, a banner, and also a visor rose like this. That's all you'll need. Let's take it all now and start building it. But first, let's move to the edge in order to determine the place of construction of this farm, because we will need to deliver shulkers from the edge, and it will be very difficult to do if we build our farm, which will be located in the ordinary world, far from the world spawn, that is, where we get through here, this portal here. In order to determine where we have the world spawn, or what to call it, I don't even know, we will take sand with you, and just throw it into our portal in this way. So we threw a little bit, we'll make a column like this, and teleport back to the world. I appeared here on the beds, but we will need to find exactly the point where the world spawn is located. That is, that pillar of sand became where you appeared at the very beginning, when you just started playing on this map. Over there you can see the pillar we have there, and it means that just the same there, we will be remembered if there were no bed. And this is where the shulkers will appear, which we will move to our world in order to load them into our farm. And I want to build a farm somewhere here. To begin with, you will need to do the following. Take any auxiliary blocks, and put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then we take our building blocks, preferably glass. By the way, I removed diorite for myself before that. It's best to take some glasses so that you can just see something there. And we put them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This, by the way, we can break. Then let's put another auxiliary unit here. Put 1, 2, 3 here, and 1, 2 glasses here. This we can break. As a result, it turns out such an incomprehensible form so far. Then we put 1, 2, 3 glasses on the other side. And here we will need to make such a small roof type. In other words, we have put 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. In the end, it turns out such a thing. Then, we take 3 buttons, put 1 here, another here, and the last one here. Then you will need to take a thread, put it here. Then we will need to take any building block. We will put an auxiliary one here, and also 2 glasses here. We can break this. Then, you will need to put up a banner here like this. Absolutely any one. It's just a flag we call it. And you will also need to put a hatch here like this. Then we take the building blocks. We will need to put 1 block here. Let's break this one. We are also setting it up here. Then we will also need to put 2 blocks here, and here is the last block. And here we will need to pour a bucket of lava so that it does not spread anywhere. If you don't have it spreading anywhere, then you did everything right. Well, from above I had a little bit leaking out here. I delivered 2 more blocks here, and that's it. Nothing else is leaking out here, as it should be. By the way, what is also very important, this glass, which is located on the right side, will need to be replaced with any kind of block. Let's replace it with this polished andesite, so that this block passes the signal ration, because the glass does not miss anything. And then, we put a lever here, and under this lever, we will need to put a hatch here, any hatch, in such a way that when we activate the lever, this hatch closes the lava. Let's leave it that way for now. And here at the back, let's place our trillions so that we can climb here. So we'll do 3 things, then they will grow down there, and we will be able to climb here calmly, and eventually activate this farm by pressing this lever. But for now, you don't need to click on it. Otherwise you can just ruin everything. Be sure to close this hatch. In these Netakomotki, there will be shulkers and also snowmen. In order for them not to go anywhere, of course, it will be necessary to close this whole case. To do this, we will take the glass and put it here. Here are the blocks, here are the blocks, then here let's also increase them, and on the other hand, do exactly the same thing. And then, it will also need to be closed in this way. Then, there are 2 blocks here, 1, 2, 2 blocks here, and 2 blocks here as well. That's how we do it. But here on top, we leave a hole to load snowmen here. You will need to put as many as 7 pieces here. To do this, let's put 2 blocks here. 3 snowmen have already been made, and we do it only 7 times. Here they are all snowmen here, and now we can close them. Now you will need to arm yourself with buttons, and force the whole farm outside with these buttons, absolutely any. You can stone. You can even wooden. But the main thing here is to make everything, so that the shulkers do not come here, and everything works absolutely correctly. In other words, look how I'm doing. I'm closing this whole side here. You will also need to put them at the bottom, and generally from all sides where they can be touched. Even here, where we have an unnecessary lina growing, we close these buttons. We do the same from above. That's how we get it, and it remains only to do these procedures from the bottom, That is, here it is. By the way, for safety, you can also close this lava with glass, and be sure to put a button on top. And that's how we do it. Then, it will be necessary to bring Shulker here. How to do this from the edge to the ordinary world, that is here. I think that you do not need to explain. It's just that you take some boats, trolleys, and bring them to that portal. Teleport them over here. And now, our Shulker will need to be moved from here, directly to our farm, to this room here. To do this, let's break 1, 2, 3 buttons here. Put a redstone block here. Here's the activating rail. And here we will need conventional energy rails in this way. Well, in principle, now it will be necessary to drive our Shulker here somehow. Let's say I'll do it from the bottom. Just break another button here so that it's convenient. And here let's set up such a thing. Then, by the way, he teleports a little bit wrong, somewhere on our hill, but in general, he should be in this room. And all by the way, because it was necessary to make these blocks from semi-blocks, then everything would work fine. But let's try to fix it anyway. This time, I did everything fine here. And by the way, we also do not forget to put 2 buttons here, so that he does not teleport here. Now let's sleep it off, and finally move it to that room. Here she is exactly going. Now he will jump out here, and teleport into this room. And here he is at last. Then, we will need to break all of our buttons, except for these central ones. That is, look, we even break these buttons, we break the other side buttons, and leave only this central stripe. Well, that's what I did, and that's what you should have left here. Then, we go under our farm, and go right under this Shulker, who is in it. Look at him. Then, we will put 1, 2 blocks here, another block here, then a block here, so that they look at the sides of our farm. And put 1, 2 blocks here. By the way, we can break these, because they were auxiliary. Then, in the length of our farm, we set up 8 blocks on both sides here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and also on the other, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We do the same with this block. That's what happens. Then, you will need to set up 16 blocks here, 16 here, 16 there, and 16 there. So that in the end, we have a square like this here, and 2 squares at that. That's the kind of thing we get. Then, we wrap up here, and in general, form a 17 by 17 square. And by the way, it will need to be completely filled in. That is, here, we are all building up everything, and doing it from the other side. And that's what happens. Then, we put 1, 2, 3 blocks, glass here. 1, 2, 3, and here's the glass. This we can break. We do the same on the other side. That is, 1, 2, 3 glass. We break it, and 1, 2, 3 glass. We break this again. Now it will be necessary to build the same glass plates here. That is, there is such a huge plate here. And there are also 2 plates on the other side. And here is such a huge construction turns out. Then, you will need to take a lot of obsidian, 4.5 stacks, and build 4 huge portals. They will be right in the center between these plates. Their frames should be 19 by 19, so that their portals themselves are 17 by 17. Just the same in size with these plates here. That is, look, here we retreat 1 block, we put obsidian, then we retreat again, and here it is, so that it is located like this. And we begin to build a portal here. And as a result, everything connects perfectly here. We can even set it on fire already. And look what we get. This is the first portal. Now, we are making 3 more of these here, here, and here. Well, that's what I did. It turns out to be a very expensive design, but again it will bring you quite expensive items and in very good quantity. After that, you will need to go down our entire structure, then again under our favorite Shulker. There he is. Turn on F3, and remember the coordinates. Exactly 10 and Z, 98 and 5. In your case, of course, most likely it will be other coordinates, but I will remember this one. By the way, they will need to be immediately divided into 8. That is, it turns out if you round off 12, and also 0. We remember this, and now we go to hell. We have a portal here, which we immediately break, and cleanly, so that there are no more bindings, because we will make our own. We will need to move right to the very top of Adam, and even go through the bedrock. Then we turn on the F3, and look for the coordinates that we have memorized. In my case, it's 12 and 0. Here it is this block, and now it is here, that we first take auxiliary blocks, let's say a stone. Put 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, in general, up to 20 pieces. There are 20 of them. Then I put the DCD on the 21st. I put another block to the right, here to the left 1, and to the right 1 more. So that here we have our block here, which is 12 and 0. Then we build an ordinary portal to hell, and set fire to the lower left corner. We go into it, and look, everything is perfectly attached here, and we teleport to a large portal. We can go back. Now it will be necessary to perform some manipulations here. Break 2 blocks here, then put the half blocks here 1, 2, 3, on the other side also 1, 2, 3, and here in front of the front side 1 and 2. By the way, under this portal, we can break this stop, and behind the portal, you will need to retreat 1 block here, put a half block here, then install 4 half blocks here, and 1 more thing on each side. Then we take the buttons and install them again on our portal so that no shulker teleports to it and does not stick to it. We can also put 4 half blocks on top here so that they don't teleport up either. And don't forget about the bottom. Then, on this side, we put 2 auxiliary blocks here, and then we will need to put our semi-blocks and in length all of this design. That is as follows. Then, where we finished building, we wrap up and put up again 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 blocks. Then, we wrap it up again, and in the end, we will need to make such a rectangle. Then we go to this side and count down 1, 2, 3 and 4 blocks. On this 4th block, we are putting an ordinary auxiliary block here, but here we will need to put an activating rail, that is, directly on the semi-block, which is located to the right of this auxiliary block. Then, we take power rails and also conventional ones. And here it will be necessary to make such a circular line of the type. In the corners, we will naturally put ordinary rails here, and force everything else to be energized. Then we go to this lower right corner, put 1, 2, 3 blocks here, and here's a semi-block that is located on the bottom of the block. Then, we put another block on it, and another half block here. We break it. We go to the left corner. Here we put 1, 2, 3 blocks, and there is also a semi-block on the bottom of the block. That's how we do it. Then, we take the levers and put them right under these semi-blocks. Here once, then here 2, 3, and also the 4th one here in the upper right corner. We also activate it, so that all these energy rails burn. Then we go here to our auxiliary block, and now we will need to put 1 chest in the block from it. Let's say we put it like this, then we break it, and put a funnel over it, so that it looks directly at the chest. Then we take the chains, put 1 chain here, 2 chains here. We break this block, and we put a rail here. It will be necessary to put a loading trolley on this rail in this way and break this rail. Then, we take a sticky piston, put it in a block from this loading trolley, and put any block here, let's say turf, and activate this piston. And look, this block goes right into this trolley. And here we break everything, and put the last chain on this block. And on the turf, it will be necessary to put our only rows of the visor, which will just kill everyone, and it will need to be surrounded with our glass panels. Let's put a panel here once, then here 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one here. Then we can continue our storage. Let's do it. Let's put such a double chest here, then another double chest under it. Let's do it like this, so that they echo here, and everything is transmitted to Nizhny. Then we can put another double chest here. Well, in principle, this is enough. Then we move on to the back of our portal, and now we will need to put hatches here, in such a way as to eventually close the entire portal from this side. That is, we put 6 pieces here and open them all. The same thing will need to be done on the other side, i.e. the front. Then, you will need to install 2 trolleys on these rails. We put the first one, activate it so that it goes, and also the second one, so that they are approximately at the same distance. Somewhere like this. Well, basically everything, our company is ready. All that remains is to make a portal, so that we can escape from hell into our ordinary world. To do this, let's take another obsidian here, and another flint. And now, what is very important, you will need to leave 16 blocks from this portal, so that nothing gets connected, and you don't teleport anywhere where you don't need to. To do this, let's just take somewhere there to the side, and put a portal here. That's it. I activate it and go into the ordinary world. Here we are. Now you can activate even this farm. To do this, we move up these vines, and press this lever. The snowmen start shooting at this shulker, and the farm starts working. Look over there, we have all sorts of things going on, and they all teleport into the portal that we made and equipped with you. That is, we have trolleys there, they get into these trolleys, they drive there and as a result, all of their material falls right into those chests and is stored. And moreover, look at the efficiency of how many shulkers teleport from here. And with the help of this farm, you will be able to form about 400 shulker shells per hour. Well, there was a potato with you. Be sure to subscribe, like, write comments, and also click on the bell so as not to miss new videos.